Hello, 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 everybody. I am StephanieDSanders, and this is Get to Know You. It's a show where we spotlight nonprofit organizations and the people who are running them, what they're all about. Because, we know about nonprofit organizations, but sometimes we don't know exactly what they do and what their cause is. And then, too, some people want to help. There are a lot of people out there, private investors and all of that kind of thing, that actually do want to help different causes like this. And I thought this would be a great show to do for those nonprofit organizations. And today, we got her in the building with us today. She's coming in here with all this sea sand in her hair and all over the place. She just came off a cruise out there doing her little vacation thing. She said this morning, but you know what? She made it on in here in time for us to get this interview in. Miss Omega Mothersill. Hey, girl, how are you?
Hello, hello. They do call me the illustrious, the bad, the bold, the beautiful Omega Auntie Mothersill. Hey, y'all.
I was not ready. I'm gonna have to go back and get my introduction together. We might have to do a second one or something. I don't know, but I love it. I love it. No, I love it. But Omega, we wanted to jump right into things. Before we get into the nonprofit organization, I wanted you to tell us about your incredible journey into the pageantry world. What led you into that arena?
You know what? I had coached a young lady that entered a pageant, and she had entered the pageant, and she had been through the pageant 3 times and had never won. So I decided to coach her on her image to help her, in her quest to become a queen, and got to the pageant. And my team and I worked tirelessly with her. And not only did she win the pageant, she won the elite title.
All right.
And after that, she was getting prepared for nationals. This time I sent her an invoice. We won, and I'll help you, but then I'm also a business owner. Okay. So I decided to charge her, and she asked me what qualified me to charge her. And I said, because we just won. But needless to say, she did not continue on with my services and literally stopped talking to me because I wouldn't do it for free. And I decided to travel to Louisiana to that national pageant, my first pageant attending outside of the one that I had participated with her. And, to check the pageant out and see how far this can go. Very impressed with the system. Needless to say, she didn't place. And the very next year I competed in that pageant because you're right. What qualifies me? People want to see your credentials, yet they don't have any. You understand? So I decided to join a pageant. It was one of the best experiences in my life because I've been in business since I was 20 years old. I've been an entrepreneur. But the experience that I had at that pageant was amazing, just amazing. Simply because I was literally competing against these women. They were helping me fix my hair, put on my earrings, fix my dress. And I was like, wow, but I'm competing against them. It was the weirdest thing in the world because I had been in business for myself for so long, and I made a lot of contacts, but I didn't make a lot of connections. At that pageant, even though I was competing with these ladies, I made connections. And that, to me, filled my heart. Because you're in the entertainment industry. I'm in education. We don't have any competition technically. You understand what I'm saying? You do your thing, I do my thing. Why is everything, even though we're not in the same industry, a competition? It should not. I should be able to help you, and you should be able to help me, and we are both prospering, moving along, and doing just what we want to do. But that pageant, I made some connections, and I said, why can't I have these type of relationships in business?
Yes.
I created the Women Business Leaders and Entrepreneur Pageant. I didn't want to do beauty, Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
simply because it's out there. Everybody's doing beauty. God
Yes.
brought celebrate women in business
Mm-hmm.
through pageantry.
Mm.
So we're not all fortunate to be a Fortune 500 company. We
Right.
are small business owners, but we're making waves in our industries.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be able to celebrate those ladies, and that's why I created my pageant.
All right. See, you never know how one thing will lead into the other. And
Mm-hmm.
this is just a testament to that. You know, you can start out in one area and it just slides right on over into what your destiny was really supposed to be at this point in juncture in your life. But
Mm-hmm.
what do you love the most about being a pageant queen?
For me, it's the growth.
Mm.
And I had to learn me. Girl, I always thought I was a bad chick. You understand what I'm saying? But when you get in a room full of
Full
50 or
of big,
60 bad chicks,
bad chicks.
you understand what I'm saying? I had to learn me. And I think self-growth and self-improvement is the cup that I needed to fill for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love that about pageantry, that you can literally grow yourself, even though you may think you're on top of the world.
Yes.
When you enter a pageant, it says to the world, "Look at me," because
Mm-hmm.
those judges have to look at you.
Right, right,
You're putting
right.
yourself on center stage, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
be together. You have to be
Yes,
together. And I
yes.
think for me, people may say, "Oh, the connections or whatever." I love the connection, but it was the personal growth
Mm-hmm,
for me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that makes a world of difference as we continue to grow as people and individuals just in life. You know, having those different experiences make a world of difference. And
Mm-hmm.
I know that even just in going to college outside of my own hometown and state, that made a world of difference for me. And
Mm-hmm.
just like the pageants have done for you. Now, outside of the pageants, tell us a little bit more about your nonprofit organization and what people need to know about why you started this, what it's about, and even how they can become connected with you.
Well, the tool that I would like to really hone in on is the SOY project, saving our youth through education and awareness of human trafficking. Um,
Mm,
the SOY project started a little before my pageant journey. I started working with a lot of people know that I like to work with young ladies and I like to work with women.
mhm.
And somebody connected me to somebody that needed some young ladies to be taught some etiquettes.
Yes.
But when I got over to Tampa and I met these young ladies, it was like, whoa, what? These ladies had some of the ladies had been rescued from trafficking situations.
Oh, man.
And I'm gonna be honest, and it's okay to be transparent, people.
Yes.
You know, I didn't even know that was something that was happening in America. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
was third world country,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
problem. And to find out that it was women, right, little girls right here in America that were being rescued from trafficking situations blew my mind.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I started working with Miracles Outreach Center, got my plaque from them and everything. It's been years. I love what I do. These ladies go into a program where they're learning how to reacclimate themselves to society.
Mm.
Think about a girl being forced to use her body 30 to 32 times a day.
Oh, my gosh.
You know,
Ah.
most of the times drugged up.
Mm.
Okay. Just working with those ladies and finding their courage and their strength just out of this world because I never experienced anything like that. So
Yes.
I
Yes.
didn't know. I had to learn, how to deal with, and it's not even just dealing with it, but how to accept it. Because in my mind, if somebody had my 11-year-old baby, baby, I probably wouldn't even be here. I'm just being honest with you.
Right. But
I just
you're one of those parents that actually you care, you're looking out and so forth. Some people may not even know.
Yeah.
It's a shame to say that some people in other places actually turn them over
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah. They
to
sell them. They sell
to
their
some
children
people,
for drugs
and it's
and money.
like, oh my gosh. And you work in education,
Mhm.
I work in education, and to see these children at the ages that they talk about,
Mhm.
you can't even
Imagine
fathom a
you can't.
grown person, bothering with, tampering with the innocence of a child.
Mhm. Mhm.
Some of them wild as little bucks, but I mean,
But
you
they don't deserve that.
cannot.
They
That
don't
is just
deserve that.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
They
just
don't deserve that.
no.
So, we have a program and we had a fashion show called from Runaway to the Runway. And after those ladies completed their program, then they were able to participate in this fashion show. We got their hair done, their nails done, you know, stores sponsored clothing for them to model. And it was beauty in a different way.
Mhm.
When they talk about beauties for ashes or scarred beauty or
Mm.
beautifully scarred, those are the ladies that I work with. And then I also crowned 22 ladies that came
Wow.
out of that program. And I put a crown and a sash on them and told them, don't let anybody think of you less than a queen. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's the Soy Project. And my new organization, which those ladies came through RAIN, but RAIN is now Regally Empowered Inspired Network Pageant. It is a scholarship pageant for girls that are in middle and high school.
Mhm.
Because Stephanie, we're losing our girls, and I'm not talking about to the streets or to trafficking, but we're just losing them to the world.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you and I came up in a times where we were properly taught how to be a young lady, you
Yes.
know, and
Yes.
and
Yes.
we don't have that anymore. They don't have
Yes.
the type of training classes that we went through,
Mhm.
and we understood how to conduct ourselves, how to sit up straight, how to eat at a table properly. These girls are losing it, and I can't
Mhm.
just blame it on babies raising babies because my mama was a baby when she
Mhm.
had her. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? But this is a
It
different
there
time.
is it's a different time. My goodness, I can wholeheartedly agree with
Right.
that. And programs like this is so worthy, of
Mhm.
being in the place that you are, and just needed, really
Right.
and truly needed to see
I
them
want ladies
as
to know that they can start preparing for a future.
yeah.
That they can,
Hmm.
go to college and still become, I teach STEMs,
Hmm.
the STEM, even when the children come to my pageant, they experience a STEM project. And for my little ones that are in the Prince and Princess program pageant, it's an empowerment program. It's not like tots and tiaras, and I don't knock that stuff because I
Uh-huh.
love all of it. I enjoy all of it. But
Uh-huh.
I don't do competition in my pageants for the
Hmm.
little ones. But by the time they're 18, they're going to be competing for the rest of their lives. And I don't
Yeah.
teach that.
Hmm.
So every child gets a crown and a sash.
Oh,
Every
see, I love
child,
that. I love
gets a
that.
crown and a sash. And now they do have their superlatives like prettiest hair, prettiest eyes, prettiest smile. They do have that because they also need to know that they can achieve something.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
if they put effort into it, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But
Hmm.
every child receives a crown and a sash. But with RAIN, these girls are in the seventh grade and up, sixth grade and up, because that's middle school and high school, and they can actually compete for thousands of dollars in pageant
Hmm.
scholarships. But it's based on their education, what kind of grades they have. So if you're making D's and F, this pageant may not be for you.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
there's this pageant is based on those ladies that are carrying a 3.0 or higher.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
That means they're putting effort into their education.
Uh-huh.
The younger ones, they do get a CD that, can matriculate and grow from the time they're in the seventh or eighth grade till the
Hmm.
get ready to graduate to the 12th grade, but their parents hold their CDs. The older kids, if you're a senior and you win, as long as you're registered to a bona fide college, we send them
Yes.
directly to the
Yes.
college. Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
But RAIN is something that I am so excited about, because those girls have to write an essay. They get a topic. They get a
A
theme that
theme.
they write out, a 5-paragraph essay. And then once they write the essay, they have the grade report that they have to send in. I have to see report cards. My
Yes.
family is a family of educators, so everybody that works with this system is our educators. And they have to, wear their evening gown. They have to have an interview. I need to know that they can conduct themselves. If I say, hey, go to this radio station or go to this TV station and be interviewed, they have to speak. So we help them with that. We don't throw them out to the wolves. They have to have their introduction. They have to have their evening gown. They have to have their personality wear. So it is a production, but when they're done, they can speak in front of any audience and be prepared, because that's what we teach them. I don't believe in, oh my gosh, I hear so many parents, and listen to me, parents, because I'm talking to you. I hear so many parents say, oh, she can't do that. She's too shy. Stop teaching your children, because children don't know how to be shy. Boys and girls will go climb a tree and jump out of a tree if you allow them to
I know I did.
because they don't have any inhibitions. That's us, that say, oh no, they're too shy. Shy children get left behind. They get left behind. Stop teaching that. Teach your children to be bold. I'm not saying to be arrogant.
Right.
But I'm saying to be bold and confident.
There's a difference in those two things.
Right.
There's a difference. And you can always have that confidence still with a great personality and, loving life, loving people, enjoying what you're doing, even with that confidence that you do build up in a program like this, or that you do instill in your kids from home. Because it's not a I'm better than you type of a thing. It's just being assured who you are and what you have to offer, to the world and to other people, and letting people know I'm a genuinely good, decent person, and we need to continue to uplift those children for their good behaviors.
Right.
Because some people think, I don't know where they get this from, that it's not in style to simply be a good person or a good child or business owner and do things actually the right way. I don't understand. I don't understand that.
A hustler. I'm not a hustler.
And trying to get there so fast or so quick or whatever the case may be by any means necessary. And that I don't understand that rationale and that thought process.
But I tell you, the girls that are involved in pageantry, you can see a difference in them. And I'm a high school teacher, guys. I'm in high school. I see it all day, every day. I can tell who is having some type of formal training or some type of involvement in an organization that cares about attitude and that cares about discipline. You can see the difference in those girls opposed to those that are not attached to anything. I don't knock the dance teams and all of that, but I don't want to see my child, no, I don't see that, because I know when I see that, I know what can happen because I'm on the trafficking side of things as well.
Oh yeah.
And men and women that are poaching these children, they know what to look for.
They know what to look for. We'll have to get into that whole topic another time. I'm going to bring somebody else on just for that on another program. But I wanted to make sure that you got your information out to people. Listen to this lady here. If you have a daughter that wants to be involved in a program like this, please share with us, Omega, the information that they would need to contact you to get their children or nieces or whoever, girls, involved in this program.
I am definitely on Facebook, Omega Auntie. Everyone calls me Auntie. Sometimes when I hear Omega, I'd be like, who is this? Because everyone calls me Auntie. So, and that's the vibe that I'm your rich auntie. That's all you got to know. That's the vibe that I rock with. Omega Auntie Mothersill. You can find me on Omega Mothersill on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I can also be reached through my website, www.WBLEP, Women Business Leaders Entrepreneur Pageant.com, where all of the systems are located there. You can also reach me at 863-529-3869. 863-529-3869. You can send me a text and I will respond. Just make sure you put your name and what it's in reference to. But I am available to help grow, prosper, and educate, equip your young ladies and boys.
Okay.
We're not leaving out the boys. So this is not just something that I do. Now, RAIN, Regally Empowered Inspired Network pageant, is just for girls right now. So this is our first season with the scholarship pageant. So any girls that are in middle to high school can participate in this pageant. But if you have a 3 to 11-year-old boy that can participate in the Prince Program pageant, we would love to have them.
There you have it. Expanding even more so with the fellas, bringing them on into the fold. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so very much for being on the show
Thank
today.
You for having me.
Definitely have to come back again and probably have some of the winners that you've had in the pageant to talk to some of them as well. I think that would be awesome too, to have them on to talk to them too. But thank you guys for watching. Tune in the very next time. And this is Get to Know You. And I'm StephanieDSanders. Thank you.